Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are tonight's entertainment.
Hold on, Mary Jane!
We are sex people! 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Now, was I rushing or was I dragging?
You guys want to go see a dead body?
I know Kung Fu.
Do it.
Get away from her, you bitch!
What's in the fucking box?
Hold on to your butts.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
Hello, Trent.
Hello, Parth.
We both look really well.
Do you say that because you're sick and I'm tired? Or maybe you're sick and tired, but I'm just tired. Why? Explain
I mean, I
yourself.
I wouldn't say that I'm, like, sick yet.
I would say your immune system is under fire. Is that more accurate?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, yesterday, against the wishes of my parents, well, wait, let me rephrase that. I scheduled my COVID booster and flu shot for yesterday against the wishes of my parents, not because they didn't want me to get both of those, but because they were like, you're going to feel the effects of that. You should do that over the weekend. Mm-hmm. My dad works for Pfizer, guys. It's all chill.
I feel like that's something that our parents would take into account, but something that is obvious, and yet we would continue to ignore and take an inopportune time, you know?
It wasn't. I actually knew this, but I had a lot of homework to do, and I was like, well, if I take the shot on Monday, I have to go into New York no matter how bad I'm feeling, like how sore or whatever I'm feeling. But if I take the shot on Friday, I can procrastinate on a lot of work. And so I was like, I think I need to do this for me. But needless to say, I felt normal. My arms were a little sore, but I was relatively fine. And then it came to recording a clock, and suddenly I was developing a pretty terrible headache. I'm starting to get shivers, the chills, as they're called. But we do it for you, the listener. So,
Did you do the
enjoy this.
Did you do the arm swing thing? Since your father works for Pfizer, can he confirm or deny that?
I did. I don't think it makes any difference realistically. But
Were you in a room full of people swinging one arm? Isn't that like an odd image?
it is. Oh, you want to know a thing I did do that I was breaking. I wasn't breaking any laws.
Did you not wait like the 15 or 20 minute window after?
Maybe I only waited 6 minutes.
In fairness, I don't operate a vehicle. I just my apartment is very close to the Rite Aid that I went to for this shot, so I don't think anybody was in danger.
I have too guilty a conscience, and I'm too afraid of confrontation to not wait the full duration.
Well, nobody was watching.
I would just be afraid that a letter would show up at my house like 2 months later, and they'd be like, "We know what you did last summer."
Yeah. But
yeah, needless to say, what have you been eating? I feel like
thank you.
You usually start the show with "So Trent," and today was "Hi Trent," and so everything is pivoted today.
Out of whack. Yeah, I mean the COVID shot's just going woo. What did I have? Oh, I had the second half of a fat sandwich that I bought yesterday, because I did not feel like making dinner last night.
What was in the fat sandwich? Like mozzarella
let me tell you, Trent,
sticks.
It was
French fries.
It was the Fat Cat McLean. It was chicken tenders, honey mustard, fries, and something else that I can't. Maybe it's bacon or like turkey bacon. I don't remember.
Turkey bacon, progressive.
And yeah, no, I'm a freak like that. And then cheese sauce. Did I say honey mustard? I said honey mustard, right?
Yeah, you mentioned honey mustard.
Oh my god, yo, Trent, you gotta get a hit of this COVID shot. It's got me going crazy.
No, you look like you're having more fun than I am, despite the fact that you have a migraine. But you just seem really...
We're not in migraine territory just yet, but, like another 20 minutes of recording, I will be. But Trent, I want to know what you've been eating.
Cool. Hi, Parth. What I've been eating, to be technical about it, a bag of mini Oreos from the vending machine at the CSB 3rd floor. You know, you love it. But just because I made
when were you there?
Experimental
Oh, you
class.
had experimental, yeah. I was going to say you should have stopped by.
We showed some films. We scratched from Film Leader. And then my professor taped it all together. But because I made a nice dinner, I'll talk about it. And that is I made some rice because I used to be intimidated by the rice maker, but no more. It's easy. And then I went to the store, got a dozen eggs, made 3 of them, scrambled them, put some soy sauce in that, and then I made the remainder of my frozen broccoli, put it all together.
Wow.
It was pretty awesome.
Trent, that sounds like a meal for men.
I felt like a man during...
Did you?
And after, but not before. Thank you for sitting through that description and this 7-minute intro.
Well, to be fair, I think like 2 minutes of that
was me scrambling trying to get storage space together. Isn't that?
Yeah, like a minute or two. But yeah. But without further ado, should we cut into the intro, Trent, or should we continue talking about these things that don't matter?
Dude, I heard the weather this weekend is going to be
Cue the intro.
Super sunny, with the chance cloudy with a chance of meatballs.
You gotta stop. You gotta stop. I'm taking my sweatshirt off.
Unlimited power!
I have the Dark Knight screenplay pulled up.
Okay. Welcome back to Craft Services, where we talk about the movies. Each week we talk about a film and hopefully have a crew member of that film to talk with us about their experience working on the picture. Last week, who did we have?
Last week we had cinematographer Elliot Rocket, who was the DP of such films as X and more recently Pearl, and some other cool movies too.
Yeah. We recorded this interview a while back, so I was happy to finally release this. But he gave a lot of cool stories. Again, we talk about Kid Cudi's penis.
Yep.
If you're interested in that kind of talk.
We had both just seen the movie. It was fresh on the mind, so we asked about like some specific shots and scenes, some lenses. It was pretty cool.
Lights?
Some lights. 3-point lighting. We covered that. We covered the 30-degree rule. We covered the 180-degree rule. We got it. Yeah. We got it all out of our system.
It was a pretty great. I mean, I think our whole Halloween slate is pretty great.
We've been patting ourselves on the back, but only I think rightfully so. And I'm ready to start patting ourselves on the back about our Cruisapalooza slate, even though it remains a secret, because
I think that should remain a secret until Halloween is done. We got to keep focused.
I agree, but we've just recently completed the interviews, and I think we've rounded it out nicely.
Yeah, and I think the movies we've chosen are intriguing, to say the least.
In character for us, but out of character for Tom Cruise.
But Elliot Rocket, great interview. Really happy to release it. Super nice guy. Go listen to that. But we're not here for an interview.
No, we're here for a general discussion, boys and girls.
We're here to talk about.
You're just hanging out with me and Parth tonight.
Hey yo.
Hey yo.
Farmer's daughter, take one. I need to be famous, Wayne. All the best people are.
There ain't nobody else out there like you.
You know why?
Why?
Because you got that X Factor.
Our days of struggling may soon be over.
Hollywood, here we come.
So this is it. Our own studio backlot.
You looking for a place to stay?
Oh, yes, sir.
That's one ugly son of a bitch. my wife, Pearl, is next door, so I would appreciate a little discretion.
He don't know what we're doing, does he?
Well, it's better to beg for forgiveness and ask for permission.
Would you like to come inside?
Much obliged.
I want to be in the movie.
Well, you can't. The story can't just change midway through.
Hey, yo.
Trent, 10-word synopsis. Who's doing it?
I couldn't even begin to remember who. Well, I guess let's think back. Our last discussion was Drunk Pod, so Jaws 4. So who did the description for that? Oh, they alternated.
Hand that over? Yeah.
Okay, so let's go back even further to Jaws 3D. Who did that?
Did I do that?
Did you say something about...
I only wonder if I did that because I like hated Jaws 3.
SeaWorld. I remember you saying SeaWorld, and then me wondering if that was one word or two words. So it was you.
Okay, so it's you. You should describe X.
Okay. Pornographers go to creepy farm.
You're at 5.
Yes. Sex-fueled old people kill.
Yeah.
I feel like I would like an extra word, but the general message gets across. So I threw a bunch of adjectives at the wall. But I
think you got it.
Old and creepy are the focus, but sex and kill also are fit in nicely.
But the real synopsis is, in 1979, a group of young filmmakers set out to make an adult film in rural Texas. But when their reclusive elderly hosts catch them in the act, the cast find themselves fighting for their lives. Trent, what's the budget and box office?
The budget is, I guess I'm editing this episode, so I'm responsible for this cue, but it's $1 million, and so like Austin Powers.
It's come to my attention that a breakaway Russian republic, Krepelakistan, is about to transfer a nuclear warhead to the United Nations in a few days. Here's the plan. We get the warhead, and we hold the world ransom for $1 million.
$1 million.
Nice.
And the box office was 14.5 million. I saw this movie.
Not a bad return on investment.
I saw this movie twice, but the second time, it was 2 days in a row. And the second time, I left about halfway through, right before all the killing started, and I went and watched the beginning of The Batman. And that was my third time.
I remember this.
That was my third time seeing The Batman. And during that third time, I thought, I shouldn't have left. Batman for the third time was excessive. And then I went back.
The Virgin Trent upset having to see The Batman for the third time versus the Chad Parth watching Top Gun for the 5th time and enjoying it still, you know?
Parth, isn't it so crazy how... I mean, maybe it just... I feel like there's been so much Top Gun talk just in our lives recently. Like, it keeps finding its way back in.
Wait.
Or just into all sections
Trent,
of our lives.
I'm feeling us move. We're going somewhere. I think we're on the highway to the danger zone.
We have to wait until Christmas, until the seasons change. Until all the leaves. We can't do that again until all the leaves are on the ground.
No, we're in Halloween mode.
Dum 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 dum. All right, creepy music. Ooh,
you should play the Halloween theme.
Goblins, scary, killing, murder.
Anyways, should I get into production history?
Yeah.
So in November 2020, it was announced that A24 would produce a horror film titled X, which would be written and directed by Ty West, starring Mia Goth, Kid Cudi, and Jenna Ortega. In February 2021, Brittany Snow joined the cast. Principal photography started February 16th, 2021 in New Zealand's North Island. A number of scenes were shot in and around the city of Wanganui. Production was predominantly based at a farm and in the settlement of Fordell, where a large barn was constructed as part of the production. Photography also took place near the Rangitikei town of Bulls, where producers made use of an old town hall. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. To play Pearl, Goth went through an extensive prosthetic makeup process, saying, It was a good 10 hours in the makeup chair, and then I'll go and do a 12-hour day on set. And the makeup artist, Sarah Rubano, who is incredible, would constantly be touching me up and making sure my contacts were all right and all sorts of things.
I saw a time lapse of her getting into the Pearl makeup this morning. Fun fact.
Did you really?
It seemed very long.
The scene in which Pearl stabs RJ in the neck involved the use of a retractable prop knife with a prosthetic neck with a slit in it and tubing to allow the passage of stage blood through the slit. The effect of RJ's subsequent decapitation was accomplished using a dummy head of RJ with a stunt performer and a false floor. The stunt performer laid on his back with his head and shoulders beneath the false floor and concealed by a prosthetic upper body. The performer then twitched his body during the filming of the scene to sell the illusion of his body continuing to twitch after death.
Don't you have a false floor and a dummy head of yourself at your apartment?
For the scene in which Pearl stabs Wayne in the eyes with a pitchfork, a dummy of Wayne's upper body and head was constructed by Netherlands-based Mimic FX Studio. Principal photography ended March 16th, 2021. Tyler Bates and Chelsea Wolfe composed the score to the film, and the film premiered at South by Southwest on March 13th, 2022, and was released in March 18th, 2022.
Parth, can I ask you a quick question?
Yes.
Do you prefer a short title or a long title?
I think I prefer a short title.
This is just one letter.
I think this one becomes like difficult to search up sometimes.
Right? I look up X movie and I'm really throwing.
You're in the danger
to the
zone.
Yeah.
Sorry, no, we can't. Anyways,
X movie 2022, and they're just getting recent pornography.
Yeah. One of the best things Christopher Nolan has ever done is create short titles, like one-word titles. Interstellar,
Inception,
Insomnia, Memento, Inception, The Dark Knight Rises. Just all good one-word titles.
I know Jackson is a sucker for like the assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford.
I think that's fine.
Jokingly
in
long.
I think it's fine for a certain type of film, but I think on the whole, it's just easier to have one word, one or two words.
Speaking of words, you want some fun facts?
I want some fun fucking facts, Trent.
So there's a subtle nod to a scene in When Harry Met Sally when they're talking about day of the week underpants and why there's no pair for Sunday.
Trent, the word in the IMDb trivia was panties, and Trent
changed it
gracefully changed it to underpants.
Strategically, could you see the gears turning?
I could. I could also the slightest of delays, which could have been fixed in editing, was just really funny for me because I was watching that sentence go down and I knew where it was going.
Sam, I don't mean to be like a character from iCarly where I have a phobia of the word panties, but I just thought it would be safer for everyone if I said underpants.
Yeah, but now I've made it all public for everyone to hear and see. All right.
Okay, so day of the week panties. And why there's no pair for Sunday, quote, because of God. Lorraine's character is wearing a pair of Sunday panties, while also being labeled, quote, church mouse by the crew. When I was first watching the movie, I thought there was another allusion to When Harry Met Sally, and that's when Brittany Snow does like two like fake orgasm things, and now every fake orgasm is a derivative of When Harry Met Sally.
When the Sunday underpants, I say underpants, came on the film, I turned to a friend of the show, Sophia Alexis, and said, "Hey, this isn't When Harry Met Sally."
It'd be kind of cool to have day of the week underpants, but then I feel like what if the appropriate ones weren't clean for that day? Like, would it feel fucked up universe-wise to wear, the wrong day?
Well, I guess you can have multiple pairs of each.
That didn't even cross my mind for a second. Okay, moving forward. The day after X's premiere, Ty West revealed he had used his time during a mandatory 2-week quarantine in his hotel to write a prequel, Pearl 2022, which, as of this recording, has already been released and viewed by both of us. Nice work.
Yes.
Their rate of production is faster than we can talk about the movies that they're making, which is impressive. So as the production for X wrapped, and because the sets were already constructed, Ty West asked Mia Goth if she wished to remain in New Zealand and she accepted. There was an actual adult film called The Farmer's Daughter, released in 1976. A common stereotype of horror films holds that sexually active characters are the first to die and that survivors, quote, final girls, are almost always virgins. Here, the opposite holds true. The two characters who are never seen having sex die first. They are the first to go. The film is set in 1979 and makes reference to missing person ads on milk cartons. However, the first usage of milk cartons for missing persons was not until 1984. Dun 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 dun. The title of the film refers to an X rating used by the MPAA from 1968 to 1990, which indicated that a film was only suitable for an audience age 16 or older. The idea was that, unlike the other certificates, X would not be trademarked and would allow filmmakers to release their film in theaters without needing to submit to the MPAA for age certification. But now, X rating is NC-17. And Parth, how many people... I don't know if you saw the document. Do you know how many people...
I was looking at it.
Okay, so I was going to ask Parth for the body count, so I'll let a moment of suspense happen for you to think to yourself, humble listener, how many people died in this movie.
You should add the Jeopardy theme music.
Da-na-na-na. Okay, so it's 8 people. 8 people died.
Oh, I thought I was gonna. Never mind.
Basically, spoiler alert, everyone except for Mia Goth. Anyone else? Or just all of the young kids and then the 2 old people?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. All right, 1-star reviews. I'll start. This is from Lynette McMahelk.
Lynette last name.
Yeah. It's horrible is the title. It's horrible. ...
It's horrible.
3 exclamation points. You'll love it if you like porn. ... And 7 people found this helpful.
What do we do with this? I mean,
maybe we like porn.
I love this movie, and I hate to say it, but I'm fine with porn also. So I don't know if this is like causation versus
Trent. I don't know if we should do this podcast anymore. I don't think I can look at you in the eyes as a man knowing you've watched pornography.
I don't know if it's correlation or causation, but I like both of these things. So I think me and Lynette have almost nothing in common. Do you want to hear what R. Phillips has to say about the matter?
Did he have something to say on May 23rd, 2022?
He labeled it typical scary movie. So he's not impressed. He said the premises was good, but let me save you some time. They all die except for one girl. Yeah, I mean, he's not wrong.
He's not wrong, but what did he think he was going into?
We've got an hour and 45 minutes that explain how everyone except for that one girl is going to die. And I think they do some funny stuff, some funny, cool stuff with their time.
I like to agree as well.
Ooh, I haven't seen this third review, but I like the title.
And I like the name, Molly Bob Ward.
You got a boy's middle name, Molly.
It's titled Old People Sex. I can't believe I paid money to watch old people have sex. ... I don't understand why there's so many Rotten Tomatoes for this movie. It was too much for me. And it's
2
like
emojis.
2 emojis, one of which is throwing up, but the first of which is like a... I can't...
It's hard to describe,
but
it's like crunching your face together. I mean, I have more to say about the old people having sex, but
does that just lead us into our discussion?
No. I mean, let's talk about the old people having sex, but let's first talk about how this person says, I don't understand why there are so many Rotten Tomatoes for this movie.
Oh, yes.
As if a positive, high Rotten Tomatoes score is just being like, this new movie has so many Rotten Tomatoes.
Yes.
No one likes the old people having sex. No, I mean, you can like it. But the old people having sex is punishment for having watched and enjoyed the young people having sex. So, Molly...
Yeah, I mean, like, I like it in terms of it being a good thing in the movie. But no, you're meant to not enjoy that.
Yes. But in other words, throw up emoji, emoji.
Low-key, true. Molly Bob Ward.
Low-key, yeah. Okay, so do you want to move forward into the general discussion?
Enter the discussion zone. Nice.
So many musical transitions. What do you want to start with? The good, the bad, or the ugly?
I don't have much bad, so maybe we should just start with the good. Or do you want to start with the bad? Because maybe it'll spur my thoughts, because I really can't think of anything.
I only had one thing that immediately came to mind, and it's something I don't feel wholeheartedly about, but like I don't want to say the news footage, but like the old church guy, black and white TV interspliced throughout the whole movie. I don't know how well or how necessary that fits into the story or really why it's there or why a level of importance is given to it. I'm fine with it and it doesn't bother me, but I'm just like, it's like
me neither.
I don't know if it's trying to be a twist because it's not, but it's like she's the daughter of this priest guy that you've been seeing on the TV here and there, and that's why she has distinctive face birthmarks.
Yeah, I guess this isn't a problem necessarily with this movie. I guess it actually is about the old people having sex.
It all comes back to that.
It all comes back to that. Hey, yo.
Sexual innuendo. Coming also means to orgasm. Nice, Parth. Parth just high-fived himself.
Awesome. Gosh. Anyways. Wow, we've already descended into sounds. This is going well.
It doesn't take long. 28 minutes approximately.
We're like, the movie's 28 days later. We're 28 minutes later.
Yeah.
But anyways, this was a thought I'd had when I first watched the film, and I am not sure whether Ty West is like trying to do something with this or not, but I think the subject of like old people and specifically old women's bodies being treated as like disgusting in the way that they are in this movie, it's not necessarily a problem, but I think it is something to dissect, and I don't know how I feel about it, only because that is a problem that is kind of pervasive already through the industry, and a lot of the horrific scenes in this movie are aided by the fact that it's like this gross old lady, and you're meant to kind of relish in that. And I don't think like throwing out the term problematic is necessarily the word I would use for it, but it's something to think about, I guess. Just I'm not sure how I feel about it.
Parth, after your guest spot on Eye of the Duck, you're particularly articulate and
wow,
so good at pointing out social issues and thematics.
Yeah, people have been saying that. I've become quite a celebrity since going on Eye of the Duck.
Yep. Check out his work. Parth loves Mission Impossible.
I do, and now just to plug this, we're working on Night of the Living Dead. It will actually be coming out tomorrow if you're listening to this on the day that this airs.
The October in the air has rubbed off on them too, and they're a film podcast, so how are you supposed to not, cover a little horror movie in a little bit of October, a little bit of leaves changing.
But I don't know if you have thoughts on old people in film, but that's my really only one like thing that I'm like, maybe that's not cool, but like I also enjoy that, so I don't know where I stand with it.
I have not a complaint, but just something I want to say out loud, and I want to bounce it off of you. Okay. So the first person that she kills is RJ, or the old woman, and it's it sort of seems like reactionary, as in like they're spying on these people and then they're doing some crazy sex stuff, and then the old woman is sort of jealous. She tries to go have sex with her husband, he won't, and so she tries to find the pleasure elsewhere with RJ, and then she like tries to make a move with him, and then he isn't interested, and then she kills him, and then she dances like the Joker, which is which is like in every movie now where someone kills someone, then they dance.
Go listen to our Elliot Rocket interview. We mentioned that this is a Joker dance.
Oh, doesn't he like say that that was also in their mind?
I can't recall. I edited this interview so long ago, but he took it in good fun.
In stride, yeah. Basically, I just wasn't sure. I think there's some value that could be gained if it's like these old people are being triggered by these pornographers, because it's a very specific group of people to come stay in their Airbnb, and rightfully it could, send them off this ledge. But at the same time, it seems like they have set up this business in order to kill any hippie who comes their way. And I think, yes, that does make it a little creepier, because then you can like walk in on other dead bodies or a car that's been stranded in a lake, but it definitely makes it seem like less reactionary, like a little less in response to our characters.
I get what you mean. Any other flaws, or can we just drown this movie in praise?
The biggest problem I think I'm going to have, and something I wrestled with throughout the movie, is just trying to decide whether I like this or Pearl more without rewatching Pearl.
I think we should save our Pearl talk for just towards the end, because maybe we'll cover that later. But
let's just say Pearl's a very different movie.
Yeah, I would say just to get into it a little bit, they're very different beasts. I don't think I can understand one person liking the other for their own reasons. I will say I think X is a more kind of fully fleshed out movie, I guess. I don't know how to... I feel like people that came to watch like a slasher movie will be more satisfied watching X.
Also, it being
Pearl.
Its own... Pearl necessitates, watching X, I think. And X is...
I think it stands on its own.
Yes, but I feel like it would be enjoyed more.
Well, for sure. I think that Pearl fuck it, we're already in this territory. But I think Pearl definitely enhances... I think it's interesting to take the character of Pearl and give her a prequel, and give her more depth.
This was going to come out inevitably. But the first way I heard this movie described was that it's like Boogie Nights and Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Mm-hmm.
And... I think it's like better than Texas Chainsaw Massacre, because that is like, I know, like the first like modern horror movie, but like watching that movie, like the dialogue is like bad. I know there's like a lot of like really good iconography. Leatherface is really scary. I like the scary old people, but just like the dialogue in that is bad.
I would definitely rather watch X than Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but I think Texas Chainsaw Massacre has like a
more...
Actually, I feel like this is something good about X as well, but Texas Chainsaw Massacre has like such a strong vibe about it that is deeply unsettling and like uncomfortable to watch, which is why I would prefer to watch X. But I think that's definitely something to be commended on Chainsaw's part.
I never took into account that maybe Texas Chainsaw Massacre is intentionally trying to make me feel very uncomfortable, because I just like.
Well, I also think it has bad acting, but
like the dialogue is crazy, and the way they treat the person in the wheelchair feels pretty crazy, and just like everything that isn't like murdering, I'm like kind of not into.
I guess that's fair.
So do you think it's more
X?
Do you think it's more like Boogie Nights?
No, I think it's an apt description. I think that it Boogie Nights more in just the porn kind of feeling, and like we've got this crazy band of characters together, and I think the similarities kind of end there in both content and style, but it definitely, do you know what I mean, like it has this like warm, like summer hot feeling to it that's like sticky and gross that I think Texas Chainsaw Massacre also has, and I think this is maybe the only other movie I can think of that captures that feeling similarly.
Sticky and swampy and gross, but also a really fun soundtrack that makes it seem... It's like in the first half of Boogie Nights where all the fun music's playing and you're having fun, you're like, porn's awesome, and then after New Year's, it's the downswing, and then there are consequences for your actions.
And there's child pornographers, all sorts of stuff.
But basically a nice way of saying this has a really fun, bouncy soundtrack. Like, the songs they play through the first half are really awesome.
A short while ago, I thought that I could never be broke. Now I got you on my mind, a bank on my back, and want to smoke.
Oh, let's get this out of the way. The landslide sequence. It's awesome.
It is fun.
Like, maybe the most memorable part, or maybe the most memorable part of my original theater viewing at RU Cinema, where the teens were going wild for a little cross-cutting.
I like Kid Cudi and the alligator. That stuck out to me. I like the wide-angle lenses. I mean, now I'm just listing things off that I like about the movie with no like.
I was going to bring up the wide-angle lenses in the car at the beginning and then the car at the end. And the shot of her driving away particularly reminds me of Texas Chainsaw. But we asked Elliot Rocket about those lenses, if I remember correctly.
We did. And, I mean, I think that this movie... I mean, I prefer this to Pearl, personally. Though I think Pearl is is definitely the more stronger in terms of character.
Yeah,
I think it does a crazy good job of that. But I think that, again, just like visually, the way this movie looks, and as you're talking about with the sound, the way it creates this like mood for the movie. And we talked with Elliot Rocket about how they shot this as though it would to look like a movie that would have been made at that time. And I think a lot of times when people try to like, this is a movie that came out at the time it's set, it feels like bullshit to me. I'm sorry. I don't believe Mank is from the 1930s. I just don't. But with this one, I think this is the closest that it gets to actually kind of giving off that feeling. I just think it's a really, really solid horror film.
Parth, don't you love doesn't any movie get bonus points when they're making a movie within the movie and they use a bunch of film terminology? And
it's funny because when making short films as a film student, pretty much anytime anybody is like, we should make a movie about making a movie, or, anything to that degree, people are like, no, because that's lame and stupid, and everybody does that, and we hate that.
But
then when we see a movie that does it,
it's awesome.
It's great. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I like it when they're all making toasts, and I'm pretty sure RJ goes like to independent cinema or something like that. But additional bonus points if you show the footage in a different aspect ratio and with and with film grain of the movie that you're making within the movie. Bonus points.
Yeah, I think this is like, I don't want to. We have an end of the year special, but this is my top 10 of the year, I believe.
Yeah,
as it stands.
I mean, I think anyone who does.
Wait, let me check my Letterboxd actually.
I think anyone who doesn't put this in their top 10 is a fool. I know.
There was do you remember that movie Marry Me with Jennifer Lopez?
Yes, I kept seeing, and Owen Wilson. I kept seeing the trailer for that, and I think I said that I couldn't be paid enough money to go. But you saw it.
For a while that was in my top 10.
The Lightyear is in Jackson's top 10. I'm sure recently it's been replaced because a lot of good movies have come out. But when Pearl came out...
I think that is, like, genuinely one of the most dog shit atrocious takes that Jackson Clark has ever produced. Let me tell you, I know Jackson Clark
3 stars.
fairly well. I know him fairly well. And that man can produce a whole fuckload of dog shit, atrocious takes.
If you want to hear another atrocious take, he was rating Pearl. No, or he was rating Barbarian, and he put Barbarian below.
Oh!
He put Barbarian below Scream 5, or Cream 5, or 5 Cream.
Oh, I don't want to say mean things right now, so let's not talk about 5 Cream. But,
Oh yeah, you don't like the Scream franchise at all, but also Scream.
No. I like the first one. I haven't seen any of the others. My mom
and dad are gonna kill me. Matthew Lillard's tongue is hanging out that whole movie. It's so good.
He is. 5 Cream is just not.
Jenny Ortega. Jenny Ortega's in it though. Through line.
To quote Spike Lee, not my cup of tea. You know,
Jenny Ortega is not good in that movie, but maybe it's because there are no.
Whoa, no! I think she's the best part of that movie.
No, like she's the best part, but like there are no good acting performances. Also, the main character in 5 Cream, no.
I agree, but we're here to talk about X.
Yeah, maybe we'll cover 5 Cream. Maybe not.
We will not. I'm telling you right now.
Scream. Spring.
I think I tried my best.
The spring of Scream.
Oh, well, okay. I think I've tried my best for us to get interviews for movies that we've liked, and I think we've thus far been successful in this year. I can't remember a movie we talked about that like we hated.
Not in a while.
Other than Jaws, but like that
was like almost intentional. We kind of walked into that expecting a steep drop off. We want to say some things we like about the movie. I like it when there's a big cast of characters, and I like all of them. You know.
Yes.
Or they're all memorable in some way. You know.
Yeah, I really like them, and I like their interplay. It's like a good. I think they've got like a good opposing chemistry, if that makes sense, where it's kind of like the opposite of like these guys are all friends. It's like these guys don't like each other almost, and that friction is interesting to watch
in a professional quote unquote setting.
Yes. I don't know. The score is good.
Yeah. I like it when their moans and groans are incorporated into like the sort of opera-y like screen tones. Yeah. You know,
we might talk about this more next or the week after next week. But in this film, I really like the nighttime photography. I think they do a good, which I spoke about in the interview last week, which you should check that out. But they're able to like do moonlight without it looking like shit, and that is a very impressive feat in my eyes. A lot of the lighting in this movie I think is really interesting and done well.
Did you see the we're in the weeds now, but did you see the meme? And it was like of the night lighting setup from Nope, and it was like the huge sky crane panel.
Yeah.
And I think the caption was like, "Why do your student films not look like a real movie at night?" And then it like showed that setup. Yeah, thinking about that.
Yeah.
But now that we're just talking about specifics of the movie, I love the extreme close-up insert of the sound equipment as Jenny Ortega is having sex, and you can see all the knobs moving around.
Yeah.
I love extreme close-ups.
Yeah. Wow, Trent, I don't know.
Is that
I really like this movie.
Yeah, but... I don't think you're out of opinions. Are you spiraling? You seem pretty peppy. I give you some credit.
Yeah, no, I mean like I'm not like dying, but like I really can't think of anything other than I really like this movie. I don't know that I have any particular take on it other than the old people stuff, but I think it's just a really well made, crowd pleasing
summer blockbuster that came out in March.
Well, I don't know about blockbuster, but yeah.
Yes. I had one observation that I thought about this time, and it's that all of the people die within a very short period of time, and but it doesn't feel. I know that's like what the third act usually is, but it's kind of impressive watching how quickly all the people are picked off. But they all feel like they have their own scenes and they die in unique and fun ways, and it's not like too rushed.
Yeah, I agree. Fun gore in this.
Fun gore.
Yeah.
Do you think? Okay, maybe this could be a new aspect of the show, but I feel like it's most conversational for a horror movie and sexual movie like this. Maybe we could have a new category like, would our moms enjoy this? And I'm not sure what the answer is, because I think
my mom would not like this.
Really?
Well, my mom doesn't like horror movies.
My mom either. Maybe that's all moms.
Isn't your mom's favorite movie Jaws? I mean, I know that's not like a horror.
Yeah, but like
technically,
yes, but at the same time, she refuses to watch Silence of the Lambs, even though it's like one of the greatest movies ever, because she thinks that she'll have nightmares.
My mom's not a prude or anything, but she just doesn't enjoy like random violence, or something where violence is part of the point. It's not really her bag.
I know that we're pretty desensitized, and we're in our prime in terms of consuming content and not batting an eyelash. But is this movie scary? Like, I don't remember.
No, I don't think it's scary, but it's definitely meant to be. Like, playing within that sandbox. I don't think it's meant to be. Well, like, I'm not saying that it's like trying to be scary and not scary. I think it's as scary as it's trying to be. I think it's going more for like a mood and a feeling.
It's thrilling.
Yeah.
It's not a horror movie. It's a psychological thriller. No,
I mean it's a horror movie.
This is one fucked up horror picture.
Yeah. I mean, are we ready for ratings gauntlet? I don't really have anything else to say.
The gauntlet? If anything comes to mind, I think you can just interject. This is your show.
It's my show?
I mean, you are one of the main parts of the show. I can randomly interject too. This is also my show.
I don't know about that. All right, who goes first? Oh wait, I'm feeling some heat.
Wait, oh no. Wait, did I leave the oven on?
Oh god! I see! It's burning!
Parth, I think maybe it was just the Miller High Life, but during Drunk Pod when he said, "My arm! It's sinking!" That was so funny. But I know just that.
Speaking of which, Drunk Pod, that was fucking unhinged. I listened to Drunk Pod.
Did you?
Oh,
was it the editing or was it the
just all of it? Towards the end, we're like clipping like so heavily.
Oh,
yeah, and like we're like talking really close to the mic, and like you can hear every pop. Oof, it was tough. Sometimes I listen to our show not to listen to our voices or anything, because I'm not interested in that, but because I know, at least for my episodes, where the edits are, and I like being able to listen back and be like, nobody ever knows that there was an ah or an there. But listening to the Drunk Pod was truly just like all of my worst tendencies in talking put to the forefront.
And you didn't even have like final say on what
got in and got cut out.
Yes, and so just all your drunken buffoonery is eternalized for all of your relatives and future or potential employers to see and consider.
There's like a point in the middle of Drunk Pod where I feel like I got a little snippy or rude with you. I don't know.
Did you? In the earliest days of our pod, my mom once came to me, or maybe more than once, and she was like, I listened to the show, and you're mean to Parth, and you have to be nicer. And
I remember this.
Not only do I think that that's not true, I think if anything, sometimes you go after me a little bit, and so I was so wounded to have that be my mom's takeaway.
Yeah, but, I mean, to be fair, that's your mom.
What does your mom have to say?
My mom said I wasn't mean enough.
Really?
That was my mom's take.
And then she made you a bowl of ice cream with red chili flakes on top.
Friend of the show, Dom Nero, on his own podcast, Eye of the Duck, which I have been on and do research for.
That doesn't sound like a big deal or anything.
Anyways, but friend of the show, Dom Nero, has spoken extensively about how there will never be a great review show like Roger and Ebert or not Roger.
Roger and
okay.
Ebert.
Okay, go fuck yourself. How about that? Siskel and Ebert.
Yeah, there you go.
Because they genuinely hated each other. But I think we come close sometimes on pod to where like we reach a point where we are like, I don't want to talk to you, but we have to. And I think we come the closest.
I think that's part of the charm.
I agree. I feel like I can't think of any other. I feel like all other shows try to remain professional, and at a certain point, it just becomes the Batman discussion. You know?
No, this is real life. I was reflecting earlier today, and I was like, I know that before Jaws Summer, Parth and I were mad at each other, and then One Know It solved it, talking about 4 Jaws movies within a small period of time, and now we're.
Who would have thought Dennis Quaid in Jaws 3D would be what united us all?
And now we're on the other side, and I forgot that I was mad at you until now. But I agree that I've had texts from numerous people, and they're like, "You guys seem genuinely upset / annoyed." And I'm like, yeah, it's real.
I mean, I think people should know that it's only temporary.
No, yes, it is very short-term anger.
I think most of our disagreements come just from scheduling, but like other than that, I think we're fine. But I guess people don't know the behind the scenes of what's going on with that because we don't talk about it. But
yeah, but they also don't know that we like most of the time enjoy each other's company in a non-podcasting context.
I wouldn't go that far, Trent.
But most of our friendship, like for better or worse, is we log so many hours this way. More time.
Trent, I have not seen you for real, like more than 20 minutes in person since Drunk Pod.
And yet, here we find ourselves on a long, blurry
in the
FaceTime.
ratings gauntlet for X.
Yeah, yes, with the air conditioner off, with sweaty armpits. And with that being said, oh no! My skin!
I'm melting.
It's burning! You go first.
I would recommend this. I would rewatch this. I think this is a good addition to like a Halloween list of films to watch, or a summer.
Are X and Pearl both going to find their way into your 10 movies of the year, or do you have to pick one?
As of right now, they're both comfortably up there.
Just because this hasn't been shared publicly, can we hear your top 10?
No, because that's in our end of year.
Oh, I understand.
I can give you my bottom 5. That's not changing.
I'd love to hear your bottom 5.
So I've seen 2022 films this year.
In the theaters, or do Hulu?
This is any 2022
originals
film,
count?
but I think only one of these is not a theatrically released film. But
so what are your bottom 5?
So at number 20, we have Five Cream. Not a fan. At number 21, we have Thor, Love and Thunder. Just a piece of work.
Mid was the word most often attached.
Mid is being
flattering.
Generous. Yeah. At number 22, a movie we were going to discuss and had a guest for that eventually ended up dropping out, which I'm glad it did because I didn't want to shit all over his work. But Jurassic World Dominion.
I forgot that was going to happen.
Yeah. Truly an interesting film.
Not that I ever got excited about it because it was following Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. But I can't even call it a letdown because my expectations were never high. But no, it was not good.
At number 23, we have something
you made
that
a
is
promise to a dinosaur.
Nice. At number 23 is my most controversial choice. A movie that a lot of people really liked to loved. That I think equally people disliked to hated. And at number 23, we have Elvis.
Did you have a splitting headache by the end? I know I did.
I had a headache. I believe my review for the film was that usually when people say they have a headache after watching a movie, I think they're being dramatic, but it's been an hour and a half since the movie, and I can't. It still hurts. I think that's my review.
Did you know Elvis and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. were close personal friends? Because I think that the movie implies such a thing.
I really like when they show Elvis talking to black people, and they're like, "Elvis, you gotta take our music. You gotta." I think that's a good and an apt way to show history. And I like when they briefly mention his teenage wife, who was 14 at the time at which they're showing it.
Yeah.
But they gloss over that. They had a fine marriage until they didn't, right? I'm sure that's what it was. Anyways, at number 24, we have Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore.
Snooze alert.
Just a bad movie. Disappointing. Anybody that knows me knows I really love Harry Potter, and to see what's happened to that franchise, nothing short of depressing. But anyways, that is my bottom 5. But I would recommend X, I would rewatch X, and I would give X an 8 out of 10.
Oh, I know what I wanted to say. I don't have a top 5 or a bottom 5 like you guys, but I watched a truly awful movie last night. And
let's hear it.
I'm sure you have seen advertising, but have not watched it. Betty Brant from the Spider-Man franchise and Gaten Matarazzo, Dustin from Stranger Things.
I think I saw an ad for it.
Are in a Paramount Plus exclusive called Honor Society. Do
you have Paramount Plus?
Jordan's cousin, friend of the show, has Paramount Plus, but there's so many ads, like 4 or 5, and they're all like 70 or 80 seconds long, and we have to tolerate them. But we wanted to hate watch it while we scratched film, like I mentioned earlier, just because it was a long and tedious process, and we watched this movie, and it's crazy, and it's like Mean Girls, and it's like Tall Girl, and it's like all the girls.
I love Tall Girl 2.
I also saw Tall Girl 2.
I don't think I finished Tall Girl 2. I don't Sophia and I were watching it in bed one night, and then like we just had to stop it and go to sleep because we were like, the night is not getting. There's no recovering from this.
Yeah, I don't really hang out in bed with girls like you do, but I was taller after Tall Girl 2. So I if that's any indication.
No, it was not the same bed, I promise.
You have 2 twin beds right next to each other?
We have 2 twin beds.
Cool. Like a struggling marriage.
It's like Megabed, but if Megabed was just 2 beds, you know?
If the crevasse in the center just kept dividing, and then you drifted into like the Hawaiian Islands, and there was just little pieces of mattress scattered throughout the room.
All right, give me your gauntlet.
Yeah, I was the first thing that came to mind when comparing X and Pearl. I was like, I'll probably rewatch X more, just because it's like more of a popcorny, fun, hanging out with your friends action movie. Because Pearl is more character-based, like you and other smart people mentioned. But still definitely a fun watch. So recommend it, yes. Recommend to my mom. Yes, I would. I would like to recommend it to her, but I feel like she would watch it. She'd be like, Trent, it was creepy.
Is that what she sounds like?
Yeah, my mom sounds like a witch.
Wait, you can go. Oh my god, you can go listen to what she sounds like in our Jaws discussion.
Oh, I thought you were gonna suggest I like cut together a response from just like single words spliced from when she recorded our Jaws discussion. I think 8 is a comfortable place for this because then I can give Pearl a 7.5. or an 8, and then I think everyone can sleep comfortably. But not to spoil any potential future discussion, or, if we ever have Elliot Rocket back on the show.
Hey, yo,
or
we're shooting Maxine pretty soon.
Yeah, I was just going to say a little Maxine talk.
But I guess that's it for our X discussion.
Yeah, for you being ill and me being tired.
We made it to a minute or an hour and a minute.
We
recording.
recorded for a minute and 29 seconds. That's you.
Oh god. Yeah, good movie. We both liked it.
We like all the movies for horror month. That's why we do it. It would definitely take. No, this podcast definitely takes years off my life, but it would take additional years if we didn't like the movies that we were talking about.
And next week, we're talking about another movie that we both liked. Nope.
Oh,
well, we're not talking about it, but we're talking to its production designer, Ruth DeYoung.
Ruth DeYoung.
Yeah. Good interview.
Long
interview. It's like an hour long.
2-parter, BB. So
it's 1-parter.
Oh, is it? Oh, it's
all the Halloween ones are
one
part because I wanted to fit them all in a neat little October package.
That's very courteous of you. So
I'm just like a cool guy.
Is the whole dealio going to be done by November 1st?
Yeah. Our bodies discussion comes out October 30th.
Parth, you really thought this through.
I did. We have a handy dandy little Excel spreadsheet.
I view that. Yes.
Okay. Anyways, next week, join us for our Ruth DeYoung interview. You can check us out on all major.
Third movie, 3 in a row, triple threat, hat trick, awesome director, cool guy, fun cast, aliens, cowboys, Walking Dead, Glenn, AMC's The Walking Dead. Remember when Glenn died and then everyone stopped watching The Walking Dead? That was like the last episode where people cared. Thank you. So you
I
can.
just stopped talking to see what would happen if I stopped responding. But
so like and subscribe. We have social media, Instagram, Twitter at Craft
Go give
Services.
us a
follow. 5-star review on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Tell your friends about the show.
Leave a good review on Apple Podcasts.
We would appreciate it. Keep listening to our interviews and our discussions, and have a nice day.
We can see if you actually are listening to these episodes. So.
And know that if you stay on an old person's farm and you try to make porn there, and Kid Cudi's there, and his big wiener is blowing in the wind, they might just try to kill you. And first, they might try to have sex with you, and then they'll try to kill you.
Trent, the COVID booster's kicking in, yo.
You're turning into an old person.
This shit's fucking fire, yo.
High off the COVID pack. Hey, yo.
And the flu shot. Let's not forget the fucking flu shot, yo.
High off the flu pack.
All right. Check us out. Give us a good review. It's
do all the things people do.
PM, guys. We're doing this for you, but we need to go to sleep.
Okay. That's enough of that. We have a podcast. Goodbye.